Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. This is Invest in Yourself. My name is Cameron. Today we're going to talk about a recent company that I invested into. My second public account is in Palantir Technologies. And overall, I'm going to kind of give you some transparency in this video and kind of cover on the video what changed my mind and kind of give you some risk with Palantir and some different future outlook that I see with this long-term investment that I made. So let me know what you think down in the comments and pop a like, subscribe, and let's not try to get into the political aspect of Palantir overall. Let's just try to keep it fun, and let's just look at the business side of this company and see where it comes out to. And again, I understand everybody has their own opinions of certain companies, softwares as a service, and how it could be infringing on human rights or whatever. I completely respect that, but I'm looking at this company as a business and how this business the service that Palantir offers, how can it be profitable in the future, and how do they end up, are they the market leader, and are they going to be successful for years to come, and can we 3 to 10x our investment over a 3 to 10 year period. So let me know what you think, and thank you again for coming to the channel. And just in short, Palantir first started trading in the market, a lot of Wall Street, what we think of these Wall Street crazy people, YouTube. Perceptions were initially more focused on the risk and uncertainties around the company business model, which that's completely understandable. But this is probably due to the political uncertainty before the elections. And looking at the future path of the stock will probably be highly volatile, but Palantir is offering abundant room of growth in the long term. And looking overall today in this video, I want to cover three topics overall, and basically what changed my opinion, because I was not really bullish on this company, but until I started looking at their S1 and their quarterly conference call recent, and then I looked at some of their 10Qs and their 10Ks, my mind got changed, and I'll let you know why am I buying the company first. And second, some of the drawbacks, which there's quite a bit of drawbacks. I'm not going to cover all of them, but I'm going to cover some of the most important ones that I kind of found for myself. And third, my future outlook of this company and at what price do I continue to buy. So again, we'll roll right into it. And first, I'm going to give you a complimentary. I know it's not complimentary, but if my viewers don't know, because Palantir is kind of like a mythical company, and a lot of people don't know what they do. And I'll kind of give you an overbrief. If you didn't know, YouTube, Palantir is a specialist and a highly sophisticated analyst of big data. And it's not like Facebook or, that they take your data and Amazon, or, even Google and other different social media platforms. They don't analyze individuals' data. They provide software for the end user, software as a service, to help people to make these decisions. And looking at, basically, it integrates data from different silos and it applies artificial intelligence. In the past, Palantir was provided software for organizations such as the CIA, the FBI, and the NSA in areas such as counterterrorism, financial fraud. More recently, Palantir expanded into the enterprise market across multiple industries and areas. Palantir covers a wide variety of uses and applications, and even helps big financial institutions with fraud detection, portfolio risk management, and oil productions and logistics. And it can even identify new sales opportunities with data analytics when it comes to big Fortune 500 companies. And Palantir YouTube has a unique trajectory as a business. Founded in 2003, the company spent several long years building the product, and then it started gaining traction in the government sector from a very small business base. And 10 years ago, the company was making only around 37 million in revenue, and that was during 2010. And now today, analysts are estimating current annual revenue are around a little over $1 billion. So we can see how this company is just gained massive revenue in the over year, in which obviously a lot of this comes from the government. But overall, what kind of changed my mind about this company was just looking at the numbers and kind of breaking it down, what they do overall. And I kind of had to sit there and kind of analyze it and see, is this company is not a data collection that collects data on us or analyze it and try, because we are the end user, or we are we are the subject that is getting tested, if you know what I mean. Sorry if it sounds confusing, but this company is a software as a service. They're providing software for the end user to use, and it can be very difficult to assess this technology that Palantir has, its uniqueness and its ability to generate value for customers. YouTube, with its governments and big corporations, have access to enormous financial intellectual resources to buy and build whatever they may need, and these huge organizations can differentiate an average product from a game-changing technology. The fact that Palantir is consistently increasing its revenues, as we see here, per customer over the years, shows that their customers are clearly willing to invest in Palantir's technologies. So the company is consistently adding value and finding new growth opportunities via product innovation. And as we can see down here, of looking at some of the not the gross margin, but the expected, their contracts overall are huge in Palantir. It's more than $5 million on average each contract they have. And looking at how the long sales cycles duration, it's almost towards 4 years, a little past 3.5 years, and that's huge. So they're keeping their customer base compared to other software as a service business a lot longer, and that's just due to the government. But they still obviously have a lot of different business or customers that are outside of government entities themselves. And looking at the margins in this company is moving in the right direction, and the business model should be structurally very profitable, offering expanding profitability as the company gains sales volume over the years. And with the market cap looking, I think it's a little over 30 billion as today. Yeah, a little over 30 billion. And on the news of just recently, the new U.S. Army contract with its financial, their financial terms that were disclosed with most right here, the Army Research Labs, and it was basically not disclosed. And this simply adds fuel to the fire since early November, and a lot of speculation was done with this contract. So the stock price rose very, very, very rapidly in the last 31 days. So being in the Army, I'm pretty familiar with the Palantir and their software as a service and what they provide. YouTube is second to none, and because there's no other company that provides what they do, and that's why I think they have a very tight grip on this overall software as a service for the military, and they continue always providing a great service to our country and other countries outside of the United States and businesses. So in short, YouTube, why I like this company is because, again, like I was saying, it's a software as a service company, and at the end of the day, the software that they provide is very unique and proprietary to its unique customer base. And looking at Palantir's platforms tied together by bringing the right data to people who need it, allowing them to make take data-driven decisions, conduct sophisticated analytics, and refine operations through feedbacks. They can license this software to the organizations, to the end user, and who receive secure and unique instances of their platform in which to conduct their own work on their own data. So that's kind of giving you that first part of the video, why I end up kind of investing in this company. I see what they're offering, and there's no other company. They're the leader in this software as a service, especially when it comes to what they provide to the government and Fortune 500 companies. I think they're going to be depended on for years to come, and I think the specialized program and programs they offer it's very tailored to that unique customer base. And I don't think the government especially is going to be relied on Palantir for the years to come. So again, but we have to look at some of the drawbacks and risks of the company overall in today's market and some of the news. And looking at overall, some of the risks to look at is it has a lot of customer concentration risk, especially with government contracts representing more than half of the current revenue. And looking at their S1 recently, YouTube, Palantir only has 125 customers in total. So if anything wrong happens and Palantir loses their customers, the stock price would probably suffer considerably. And the management team is also very politically vocal, which can be both an advantage or disadvantage, however we look at it, and what side of the political, political seat that we sit in, if that makes sense, depending on what kind of, if you're a Democrat, or if you're a Republican, however you see it. And I really don't like to get into it in this channel, but Palantir has a long-term contracts of enormous value, and the sales cycles tend to be much longer than any other cases, and especially with any other companies. And that's the reason why they end up doing well, because they end up tying those companies and the government to long-term deals, and they depend on their software day in and day out. So what do I expect, YouTube? I expect the revenue of this company to be much more volatile than your traditional like software company like Microsoft, and this will probably generate some volatility in the stock price in the future. But the company's involvement with like some of another, I would say, blemish that people look at, or some of the bad light, is with the Immigration and Customs Department, has also been a matter of much criticism lately. So this can not only hurt Palantir's reputation, but it can also bring a headwind in terms of attracting talent for future potential employees. And we can also expect competition to increase in years ahead, but I think that's way, way, way in the future, YouTube. And as for artificial intelligence technologies become more widely accessible, this is not much of a problem right now, because Palantir is the first mover, and they're the first ones to offer this technology, and they're the number one dog, and they have the advantage, the scale, and the technology strength to continue leading. But it's always relevant to watch the competitive landscape. So the future outlook of this company, YouTube, is and what price will I continue to buy? This company is backed by highly renowned personalities in the business world. Give or take an example like Peter Thiel. And I think, as with Peter Thiel, if he was going to make this company public, I am inclined to think that they want their name to be associated with a successful stock price. But we will still have to verify their ability to deliver over time, the other three CEOs of the company, including Peter Thiel. But knowing how and reading about Peter Thiel, I'm a fan of him as a CEO. I think this company, with those three different CEOs in the forefront, they want to be successful, and I think that's going to drive these CEOs to do what's best for the company overall. Palantir is also far superior to the software that most consumers can develop in-house. So there's not going to be, let's say, a government entity like the CIA developing a software better in-house than what Palantir offers, because they just have too many other things going on than just worrying about dedicating a team that's going to develop a software, because this stuff has probably been developed and tweaked over the years of 10 to 15 years, and they wouldn't say they have it to a perfection, but they have it down to what that specific customer needs, and what they are willing to pay for, and what they willing to give their time back to get out of Palantir overall. And the company is leveraging power of data in order to deliver unique insights and solutions to both the government and the private sector, and this can create massive opportunities in the years. Revenue growth is rapidly and profitability is expanding. We still need to see what degree the acceleration of revenue is sustainable or not, but there's enormous opportunities for long-term growth, as the chart here looks at. And Wall Street analysis, like we said before, I'm not a real big fan of most of those clowns. Often underestimate this long-term growth trajectory that the companies such as Palantir can generate. And as the technology gets cheaper and more powerful and easier to deploy, Palantir should enjoy plenty of opportunities to deliver more applications to existing customers and to gain more consumer in the years ahead. And so it's worth to remembering that the company's expansion in the commercial sector is barely getting started, especially, like we said, the commercial sectors, they were strictly focusing on government for the last 10 years. And with the prices I'm looking to buy in, YouTube, I'll continue to buy it with a range between $10 to $30 in 2020 as the market gets, educated on Palantir. But again, there's definitely a low side floor with this company around $11 to $12 range. So if we see some downward pressure in the market, this company definitely could see those lower end floors around $11 or $12. So be prepared if you do buy in. You may see a lot of volatility up and down. But again, I'll continue to dollar cost average into this company all the way up to around $30. And I think it's a safe bet overall as a long-term investment if you have a 5 to 10 year outlook with this company provides as a software as a service. I think it's just going to keep on getting better, and people are going to be more reliant on Palantir in the future. So that kind of wraps up the video. And sorry it was kind of a little all over the place at some point, but again, I'm pretty sure y'all get the picture of why, for me, why I started open initial position, because this company is offering nothing comparable with any other company can offer to our government and to corporations and what they need. It's specialized. They're the industry leaders of this software, and they got the first mover advantage right now, and I think they're going to hold that like Tesla has that first mover advantage with electric cars and collecting data with more vehicles on the road. So that's kind of a compare to another company. So I compare like Tesla with Palantir when they had that first mover advantage. So let me know what you think overall of the video. Again, I thank you so much for coming and listening to me here on YouTube, and I can't thank y'all enough for all the support you give me. Please leave me some feedback down in the comments and let me know what you think about the video and about Palantir overall. And now I want to kind of give you some transparency of what the overall position I opened in my secondary account. As you can see, I started in a small position with 26 shares at a little over $15 a share. But again, I'm going to end up adding to this position, dollar cost averaging overall in the near term. And I like to build this out to a good 3 to 5% of my overall portfolio. So let me know what you think down in the comments overall about Palantir, and thank you so much again for coming to the channel. And maybe pop a like, subscribe, and again, I appreciate every last one of you and all the subscribers and all the viewers out there. It's much appreciated, and without you, obviously this channel wouldn't be, because I'd be talking to myself. Again, thank you so much, and always remember to invest in yourself. Bye-bye.